What's going on? Welcome to the breakdown, episode 651. Damn, 651. Sponsored by Gemini. Go to gemini.com/David G for more. All right. Let's start. No tie. Felt like just being fucking relaxed today, man. Just chilling out with all you guys, man. Welcome to Monday. Oh, excuse me, Tuesday. Excuse me. Wow, how can I forget? Today's Tuesday. Anyway, the market is looking like dog shit. Market looking like dog shit for real. Yeah, market really looks like trash, but we're back to tariff talk. We're back to tariff talk. We're going after Greenland and Canada. I lost all respect. Not for the Canadian people. Shout out to Canadians, man. Most Canadians are mad cool and stuff. But Carney is, man, this dude is a straight up bitch. That's right, I said it. Straight up bitch. Doing business with China. Doing business with China. I'm pretty sure the Canadian people don't want to do business with China, but it's funny. So this kind of is going to backfire on Canada because you're going to allow Chinese EV or batteries into Canada. Well, guess what? Elon Musk's about to go ahead and take over with Tesla. About, what is it, 49,000 to 50,000 per year? Good job there. Good job there, Carney. But yeah, Carney's been on one. He's going all over the place, getting on his knees. You see what he's doing? He's going all over the place. Instead of working out a deal with the United States of America that makes up 80% of your GDP, you would rather go ahead and get on your knees for China. For China, acting like China's gonna help you. So I hope China helps you with, military, something that the United States of America helps you out with. I hope they help you with all sorts of things. Really do. I hope they help you out with all sorts of things. Really, I'm gonna get into the whole political shit. I hope that the United States of America finally pulls out of NATO. Yeah, I said it. I hope they fucking leave NATO. We pay too much money for a bunch of people that do not appreciate us. Maybe the people in those particular countries do, but the leaders are absolutely obnoxious. I can understand more and more why we need to go and get Greenland, and I'll get into that. But let's get into crypto, shall we? Shall we get into crypto? You guys having panic attacks? I feel like everybody's having a panic attack, anxiety all over the goddamn place. Seriously, I feel you guys is honestly, man. When it's green, we're back. We're so back. When it's red, oh my god, it's over. I told you so. It's crazy, man. Crazy. I don't think some of you guys deserve any of this shit. I don't think any of you guys deserve any of this shit. All right, let's go. Crypto, what's happening right now? What's happening right now with crypto? Bitcoin slid hard today. That's right, touching about $91,000 after falling and has gone lower than that, failing to hold the recent bounce towards $98,000. This isn't just crypto being crypto either. It's tied to renewed tariff headlines and risk off across markets. And that's true, man. I thought we weren't scared of the word tariff anymore. I was on a recent podcast. I was on a Kyle's podcast, and we were talking about the word tariff. And I did state that, I don't know, I think people were numb to the word tariff, but I think people in crypto are. I think it's just the market is being manipulated. So, unlike when the word tariff first came out, when you first learned about tariffs, when it first came out, people panicked and shit. But now I think it's just manipulation. I really do. So why does this matter? This looks like a macro-driven sell-off, not just leverage getting flushed. So that's my take. That's my take on that. But here's the positive. Here's the positive side of things. You can buy Bitcoin cheap. That's right, because Michael Saylor bought Bitcoin cheap. Essentially, Michael Saylor bought $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. Imagine if you had the same conviction as Michael Saylor. Imagine if you had the balls like Michael Saylor. And that doesn't mean, and I'm not talking about just Bitcoin. I'm talking about in general. Imagine you had the balls like Michael Saylor. Because you guys, some people like Bitcoin, some people like Ethereum, some people like XRP, Chainlink. We can go on and on and on. Imagine you have or had as much conviction in those plays as Michael Saylor has in Bitcoin. Imagine. I keep saying this, and I don't know, like I'm gonna keep repeating it, and I don't give a fuck how repetitive it sounds. You're supposed to be front running the institutions. You're literally supposed to be front running the institutions. This is a perfect opportunity for you to front run the institutions. If you think they're not buying, you're crazy. I feel like I really am repetitive. I really am repetitive. Your job is to front run institutions. Front run institutions. That's it. Keep buying. Spot buy. Here's how you win. Spot, DCA, hold, sell on the green. That's it. It's simple. It is simple. Don't get greedy. Be conservative. Simple. Simple. Let's move on. Let's move on. Spot Bitcoin ETFs saw major outflows. Spot Bitcoin ETFs reportedly shed almost $400 million amid the tariff trade tension narrative. Okay, why does this matter? ETF flows have been supporting Bitcoin. When they go negative, the market feels it instantly. Still, I'm telling you, man. Q1 2026. Forget about even quarters. 2026 is going to be an unbelievable year for crypto. Unbelievable year for Bitcoin, unbelievable year for altcoins, even unbelievable year for memes. Front run. Okay? I know, man, I know. You look at the news, some of you guys watch the news, and you're like, fuck, another tariff. Fuck, why is Trump trying to take over Greenland? Why is he trying to fight with it? Guys, take advantage. Take advantage. I know some of you guys are sitting back and thinking, shit, I should have gone into gold and silver. Nobody ever gets rich in the red. In the green. Nobody ever gets rich in the green. What I mean by that is, like, if you go in green, you're buying nearly the top and everybody's selling on you. You get rich in the red. You get wealthy in the red. Okay? That's where you get rich, in the red. You want to dominate crypto? You want to make multi-millions? You do that in the red. Okay? You don't do that in the green. And then complain. That's what a lot of you motherfuckers do. You complain. You buy in the green when it's close to the top, and then like the shit goes down by 80% and you're complaining. Buying the red. That's it. Buying the red. Right now it is literally the perfect time to DCA or to start spot buying, and then DCA if it goes down further. Everybody blames everybody when they buy in the green and they round trip. Oh, it's his fault. It's that. No, it's your fault. You're an idiot. Okay? Nobody else's fault but yours. You're the idiot. Stop blaming everybody else for absolutely sucking. I see red and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking happy. I don't get fucking, oh my God, it's over. Anyway, broad crypto market down 3%. Multiple reports today say that total crypto market cap dropped 3%. Okay. Crypto is red across the board today, basically. This is risk off, not isolated, weakness, okay? It's okay. It's fine. Listen, you guys wanted institutions, you got it. They play this game better than you. Nobody who's in spot positions and DCAing is losing. You know the people that are losing? The people that are playing with leverage. That's it. People who play with leverage, longs and shorts, they're losing. Not you. If you're in spot and you're DCAing, you're not losing. Why are you chasing? And people put it out there like, look, I've been talking about this for years. People put out these screenshots, P&Ls of them winning. They'll never put out the losing P&L. Okay, they'll never look. That graphic of a loss will never come out. It never will come out. They'll never show you. The best traders win 40 to 50% of the time. I'll say that again. The best traders win 40 to 50% of the time. And you're not going to win against institutional players. You're not going to win against the market maker. You're just not going to win against these people. You're not. That's why I appreciate, I'm going to tell you right now, I appreciate the real ones that actually trade. Because I don't trade. I'm being serious with you. Can I trade? Yes. Do I have time to trade? No. I'm building big things. I don't have time. But if you're not building like you're not building a brand or a media company or shit like that, like you can trade, I guess. You can go ahead and trade. But just know that like your chances of winning, it's like 40%. If you're good. If you're good. And I appreciate the motherfuckers that come out here and say, yo, I lost. Like I lost. I didn't do too good. Like I had 3 bad plays in a row. These are the type of people you want to follow. I'm not just, listen, I'm not saying follow the, oh, you can follow their losses, but not follow them off of a cliff. But you can at least follow them and say, okay, look, these motherfuckers tell me the truth. That's why, you know, I can appreciate them. I can appreciate it. Anybody who just says like, yo, listen, I don't win all the time. I just don't. All right, tariffs are back on the menu and it's slamming sentiment. The biggest macro driver today is Trump tariff escalation with new headlines about the EU related tariff threats and even a floated 200% champagne tariff in the broader tariff conversation. Champagne tariffs. My boy Trump is crazy, bro. I got to tell you, Trump is fucking absolutely apeshit with the 200% champagne tariff. Trump will soon tariff oxygen. Tariff pressure equals inflation fear plus growth fear, and the markets hate the combination. And that's bottom line. The markets hate both. Markets hate both. And I'll get into the whole political shit and Trump and all that stuff. But let's go. Speaking of political, let's go right to it. Greenland tensions escalate, plus EU leaders respond. This Greenland situation is not cooling off. Top EU leadership is publicly questioning Trump's tariff threats tied to Greenland, calling it a mistake. And The Guardian is reporting Trump threatened 10% tariffs starting February 1st, rising later to 25% on multiple European countries tied to the Greenland dispute. So why does this all matter? That's the direct pipeline into trade, retaliation risk, inflation pressure, market instability. Look, so I sat back for a few days to think about this, about the Greenland situation. I want to give my take on Greenland. The United States of America needs Greenland. Number one, Greenland is closer to us than the Danish. So let's put that to rest. Number two, a lot of people get on Trump for Greenland, him trying to get Greenland. But for decades now, multiple presidents have been trying to get Greenland. This is not just Trump. This is the first time that a sitting president has gone after Greenland. No, there have been multiple presidents that have tried to get Greenland. And Greenland for us is a vital asset. Think about this too. We are NATO. The United States of America is essentially NATO, okay? We pay for everything when it comes to NATO. And I'm going to go back to the Biden administration. When Biden was in office, you had Russian submarines sitting 200 miles away from the coast of Florida. We find out a little bit too late when these things happen. If we own Greenland, if Greenland is a part of the United States of America, we are able to see everything that passes through, especially with the cap starting to melt, trade routes are starting to take into effect. We need it more than ever. So I like the whole, I like the fact that Trump is trying to get Greenland. And I think the EU should look at the entire situation and say, okay, because this is what I don't understand. The EU calls China bad and Russia bad. Here's Trump and the United States of America, which is trying to protect the world from China and Russia. And they feel like they need Greenland. And people will say, well, the United States has bases in Greenland. Doesn't matter. The United States wants to own it. They don't want to rent it. They want to own it. And yes, we also know, okay, we can acknowledge that they have resources there in Greenland, which would benefit the United States of America. Cool. But ultimately, the security aspect for me is what plays in. What I really do give a fuck about. The Danish, what the fuck are the Danish going to do with the 3 fucking sleds? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You can see what China's doing. And you can see, like, if anybody, forget about if you're a Democrat or Republican. Russia would love nothing more than the United States of America not to be friends with the EU, and the EU not to be friends with the United States of America. The EU still, you know, the EU loves Ukraine. I want to put this in perspective. The EU loves Ukraine, right? But yet they buy oil from Russia. I want you to put this in perspective here. Here's the EU, all the French president and all these countries in the EU. They're like, man, we want to make sure that we can protect, you know, Ukraine and everything. Meanwhile, they're buying oil from Russia. So you're giving Russia money. How are you protecting? You don't like Russia, but you're giving them money by buying their oil. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's keep moving, and then we'll get back to all this stuff. The Fed chair, Powell, Jerome Powell, pressure is escalating again. There's a fresh Reuters headline right now. Treasury Secretary says Powell should not attend a Supreme Court hearing tied to a separate case, keeping the Fed independence drama alive. And Powell previously publicly confirmed that the DOJ served the Fed with a grand jury subpoena tied to his previous testimony. So why does this all matter? When the Fed independence looks shaky, the entire market gets jumpy, including crypto. Which I don't know why. I don't even know fucking why. I don't know why. Don't get it. Don't get it at all. Look, when it comes to crypto in the markets, by the way, Jim Cramer said to buy stocks today. When I seen that tweet go out, I fucking fainted. I was like, God damn it, I wish he would have never said that. But whatever the case is, I think this is a time where you look at the markets, whether it's the stock market, whether it's the crypto markets, and you say to yourself, okay, a lot of people are shook. They're not about this life. I am, right? Let me look at what's undervalued right now. And if I have some dry powder on the sidelines, let me accumulate. Let me continue to DCA and let me continue to pick up, because this shit is going to pick up. Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's in a month's time, whether it's next month, we know crypto is set to go parabolic in 2026. All that's required is patience. All that you need right now is patience, period. Patience. Be patient. As for what Trump is doing, I don't know. It's in the middle right now. It's in the middle. I like what, for me personally, I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing. The economy's better. Things have gone down. Inflation's down. In a year's time, we are slowly fixing America. And it takes more than a year to fix America, but we're going in the right direction. We are going in the right direction. And I've already played the tapes about ICE, how ICE operated under Obama. Because we had people here, it's only Trump. No, it's Obama. Obama did the same thing, 8 years, same shit. Same thing. You didn't hear about it because liberal media would not play it. That's why you didn't hear it about it. You didn't hear any shit like this. Welcome to the breakdown. Episode 651. Shout out to everybody tuning in on, let me give a big shout out to the people tuning in on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. so many people are asking me when are we finally going to get Facebook and Instagram up. Well, I know I say every week we'll finally have it up, but we are hoping that this week we will finally have Facebook in the mix. The boomers and then Gen Z, I guess, on Instagram. Hopefully, we'll have you up as well here. So, I honestly, I feel like when it comes to conversations, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are way more active, respectfully, than Twitter is. Twitter isn't as active as everybody else. If you were to go over to just TikTok right now, there's a conversation where you have people agreeing and you have people disagreeing, and they're fighting, and I love it. Well, I don't like the fact that they're fighting, but people are talking about everything anything that I say. People are either saying, "Yeah, I agree," or "I disagree," and it's all good. It's all good. It is all good. I don't, and I'll never kick anybody out the chats. I'll let you say what the fuck you want to say. I don't really care. By the way, I really want to make this. I want to note this here for you guys. I love the Canadian people because I've been tweeting about how I think Carney's a jackass. I'm calling Carney the jackass. I'm not disrespecting the Canadian people. Bottom line, like I'm not disrespecting any Canadians. This has nothing to do with you, especially the sane people in Canada. It has nothing to do with you. I just think that Carney's an absolute moron. 100% a moron. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it, as Trump would say, right? Today is a day where I will buy. I will buy. I will continue to buy because I can do that. And I'm talking about crypto. I'm gonna continue to buy. I had a DM sent to me today, and they said, "Man, why are you in crypto? Stocks are doing so much better." And I gotta eat this kind of shit. And some of my friends text me, and they're like, "Yo, what are you doing in crypto, man? Crypto's trash. Go into the stock market, killing it." I hear this a lot, a lot, a lot. But I am betting everything on crypto, knowing that these people will be wrong. I know the meme economy will blow up. I know the altcoin market will go parabolic. I know Bitcoin's going to 200K. Okay. So I'm not worried. Anyway, we'll be back right after this commercial break. And this show is sponsored by Gemini. Go to Gemini.com/David G for more on the lineup of credit cards that Gemini has to offer. I don't know why this is playing. I'm doing my tie right in front of you guys. Welcome to, I don't know where that sound effect came from, but welcome to the breakdown episode. Damn, I'm sexy. Sorry. Episode, God damn it, man. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Episode 651. Listen, I want to know what you're buying. I want to know what everybody's buying. Hit me with what you're buying today. Okay? What are you buying today that people are, I like this that I'm doing this right as we're live. I'm fixing everything. I want to know what you're buying today. Give me 3 assets that you're buying today. I don't even care if they're memes. Give me 3 cryptocurrencies that you're buying today. And I want you to tell me why. Should I go ahead and open up the phone line so you guys can go ahead and talk with me? Should I go ahead and open up the phone lines? Should I open up the phone lines? Go ahead and tell me if I should. Tell me if I should open up the phone lines so we can all go ahead and chat. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines so you guys can go ahead and call in. I'll give you the number so we can go ahead and chat about everything that's happened. By the way, shout out to everybody who destroyed themselves chasing the LA vape cabal's AI Meta 2.0. Okay, shout out to all you guys. Like, you didn't learn your lesson the first time when the LA vape cabal came out here and fucking took your money, so you wanted it to happen again. How dumb can you motherfuckers be, honestly? How dumb can you be to allow the LA vape cabal again to take your money? Like, you've worked so hard to rebound, and here we go again. You guys start chasing bullshit that is being created by fucking Claude or ChatGPT, whatever. And you're chasing. Crazy. Somebody says, I don't know what the LA Vape Cabal is. LA Vape Cabal was coming out with all these memes and all these, well, basically all these memes like Libra, okay? Like Melania. All this shit. And they were just taking your money. You know why? You want me to explain to you why they were so good? Because even though the LA Vape Cabal hates each other, they know that if they work with each other, that they'll make money. Whereas you have a lot of other people that refuse to sit at the same table, so all they do is watch as other people make money and they make jack shit. That's right. LA Vape Cabal, man. They continue to print while you continue to eat shit. That's right. It's serious. I'm dead serious. Anybody who knows knows. This ain't. I'm not telling you anything that you might not know. I'm not telling you anything that you might not know. It's true. That's why I was saying on the last episode on Friday, I was like, why is anybody chasing this shit? Why is anybody? You guys have lost your minds chasing this garbage AI, man. Go into the, listen, when it comes to memes, go into the real memes. Go into the goddamn real memes, man. What the hell is stopping y'all? What is stopping you guys from going into real memes, man? Holding real memes. Shit that's been proven. Things that have been proven. No, it's crazy. Like I think about it, just like why do people? There are so many good people out here that create really fucking good content. They come on live streams every day with their face out here, doxed real name, and they're really bringing you value, and you refuse to listen. I'm not saying listen to what they're saying and do exactly as they say. I'm just talking about taking something away from these programs and doing some research and saying, oh, okay, I might understand why David has his position in XYZ. Like, these are the things that you're supposed to be doing. Yet you follow people who are not out there, they don't show their face, and they hype you up and you get destroyed, and then you blame everybody, including your mother. Crazy, crazy shit, man. Crazy shit that is literally unexplainable, man. I really like sometimes I wonder, man. I wonder, man. I really wonder. I wonder. And the thing is, you've been through it. It's not like it's the first time. You've been through this shit already. You've seen this fucking movie. Like you're. It's a rerun. You've seen this movie. Nothing's gonna change. It's like watching Rocky. Rocky, the first Rocky, Rocky 1. He loses to Apollo Creed. You can watch Rocky 1 40 times, it's the same outcome. And you guys are hoping for something different. It is crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. Absolutely wild. Wild. I don't get it. And I've said this, and I'm saying this right now. I'm saying this right now, and this is something that I tweeted out. Besides everything else, do not forget the prediction markets. Do not. I'm telling you right now, prediction markets remind me of what NFTs were 5 years ago. I'm telling you right now, that's what it reminds me of. Prediction markets, and I'll say this again, remind me of what NFTs were 5 years ago. It is a new asset class. And I'm telling you, like, if you get really good at this, you can make real money. Like, there are people that are making absolutely a killing on these prediction market platforms, man. Because everybody wants to bet on something. And a lot of people, honestly, a lot of people have a better chance at winning when it comes to prediction markets than they do messing around with crypto. I'm being serious here, man. Like, all kidding aside, I'm not even fucking joking. I'm telling you, a lot of people have a way better chance of going into a prediction market and betting on whether or not something will happen versus you guys just chasing absolute dog shit. 100%. And like, honestly, all you really got to do, in my opinion, is like, you just got to study. You got to just really read the papers, and you got to watch the news, and you got to really study events. You really do, man. And how many people have made multi-millions on these prediction markets? How many people have made a killing on these prediction markets? I've seen, actually, I've seen and I've heard so many people win. So many people win. You can win in politics, you can win in sports. I love sports and I love politics. I can definitely 100. You know what? I'm going to start playing a lot more. And what we're going to do, obviously, next month, we're going to have prediction markets integrated into the shows, whether it's the podcast, whether it's this show here, The Breakdown. That's right. We're going to integrate prediction markets into the show. So, hey, man, we'll be asking questions and you can go ahead and bet on it. That's it. We can go ahead and bet on it and see if we'll be right with the outcome. That's what we're doing. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. So nobody can say they were first and shit like that. Not that I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Welcome to The Breakdown, episode 651. I know a lot of people ask me about prediction markets. What do I think about them? I think it's great because polling is bullshit. Polling is like people call up 10 people and they only really get like 7 people on the line, and that's their source. The 7 people that they've spoken to. The 7 people that they speak to, that's how they calculate these polls. That's why I don't really trust polls. But look at Polymarket, man. They called it. Kalshi, Polymarket, they called it with the elections. How many people won on that shit? How many people won when I think that guy, what's that guy's name? He was on like 60 Minutes or some shit where he won like I think $1 million or some shit like that, maybe even more, by betting that like JD Vance was going to be the vice president. Like, you imagine, I could see people doing that kind of stuff versus like running around and trying to get the next meme token that launches off of Pump.Fun. And speaking of Pump.Fun, apparently they came out with like a $3.5 billion, or is it million or billion? I think it's billion, or million. Either or, I got to check that out. But they came out with this Pump Fund where like if you create from or on Pump, that you're eligible to get, I think, up to $250,000. I don't know if anybody's seen that though. So now you're eligible to win up to $250,000. And don't get me wrong, man. Like, if you like gambling, good, do your thing, man. But to me, it's like you're not really taking crypto seriously. Like, if you're going on to Pump.Fun respectfully, I mean, the chances of winning are slim. Like, the chances, and everything's set up against you. Trust me, I've gone into a lot of these things, and like, but I don't go into it with like 100 grand or 200 grand. I've gone into these things and I've just got destroyed. And it'd be some of your homies too. They'll send you a fucking link. They'll be like, yo, have you seen this shit? They'll be like, yeah, it'd be your own people be setting you up. Have you seen it? Have you seen this shit? And you go in and you get destroyed. That's why, man, half a soul, like soul at best. You can get into the right narratives and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, look, there have been so many great memes that have been put on chain. They didn't work out because the team's not there. The team's not serious. The community's not serious. There's not a catalyst. And maybe it's the wrong time to go ahead and push it out. Seriously, like that. It's the wrong time to push it. I'm excited to see what happens 2026. I really am. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Are we going to get back to real memes? Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, are they going to break their all-time highs? These are the things that I want to go ahead and see. Altcoins, are we going to finally break all-time highs? Is Chainlink going to break its all-time high? Polkadot, I'll start naming everybody out here. Aave. Are we going to break all-time highs here or not? Are we going to break an all-time high here with Litecoin? Like, what are we doing? I believe we will. I believe 100% we will. And by the way, privacy matters. Privacy is going to be huge. Privacy will be huge. I would not go ahead and fade privacy tokens. Would not. 100% I would not. Hold on. Give me a second. I mean, I can't have. This is so annoying. Welcome back to the breakdown. Man, annoying. I gotta tell you, this shit is annoying. Annoying, man. We'll be back right after this commercial break. Fuck, my bad. Welcome back to the breakdown, episode 651. What I was saying was, guys, don't look at your portfolios right now. Like I'm doing you a favor by telling you not to look at your portfolios right now. It is ugly, absolutely ugly. Looks horrific. Looks like dog shit, 100%. But if you are if you really believe and you have conviction in this space, then for you personally, this is an opportunity. That's how I'm gonna call it. For you, there's absolutely no reason why you're not getting in right now. I'm being serious. But I'm just saying for those who don't know, don't look. Don't look. It's just it is it is basically like what I just said. It's It is yeah, it is. It looks like absolute trash. We are looking like trash out here. No doubt about it. 100% trash. Oh my lord, it looks bad. It looks bad. It is bad. It is bad. Can't wait until Trump talks about more tariffs, man. We need more tariff talk. We need more tariff talk. We absolutely need more tariff talk. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, this looks like shit. It looks like absolute dog shit. It really does look horrible. Let's go for an update here. I'll buy low. I don't really give a fuck. But the market cap, the total market cap right now is at it's still at 3 trillion. So we're still at 3 trillion. Bitcoin is at 89,757. Ethereum is under 3,000 now, 2998. We have BNB is at 890. We have XRP, which does not move, at 190. We have Solana at 127. We got Tron at 29 cents. What was it? Justin Sun offered $30 million to speak to Elon one-on-one. Yo, by the way, you have a lot of people on Twitter now that are like, yo, listen, man, I wish I would have voted for Kamala. I see a lot of people that are like, yo, I wish I would have voted for Kamala, man. Relax, man. Relax. Patience. Oh my God. You guys have no patience. You guys absolutely have no patience. I get it, man. A sea of red. It's not comfortable, but holy shit, you guys have no patience at all. You got these reports coming out. Bitcoin's death cross flashes, 58K risk. So you got people writing that Bitcoin is going to $58,000. These are the type of crackheads you're dealing with. Bitcoin, it's being stated that Bitcoin is going to $58,000. Oh boy, man. Oh boy. I'm telling you, man. Crazy, man. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. I'm looking at what can I buy? Like right now, I'm just looking at like what can I really buy? What can I really buy? What am I buying? What can I buy? Yo, chat, tell me what I should be. What should I be buying? What should I be buying? I want to know. Go ahead. Right now, like I'm participating in the TikTok chat. TikTok, tell me what I need to be buying. Now let me see what you guys are gonna hit me with. I guarantee you, TikTok is gonna hit me with every ISO possible known to man. I'm gonna get XRP, XLM, XDC, Algorand. Like watch, I'm gonna get the whole thing, whole 9 yards. We got Solana when it hits $80. We got Chainlink, HBAR, AVAX. What else we got? Chain link, we got somebody being funny and saying Melania. Then we got Gentle Storm. He says, or she says, I would only buy Bitcoin. Imagine if you had Bitcoin. Imagine if you had Bitcoin this entire time. Huh? You imagine if you had Bitcoin? You could borrow against it. Yo, remember the hold on, what is this? I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. People still believe crypto is ISO compliant. Let's see what else. WorldCoin and oh my god, WorldCoin. Are you serious, man? What is this shit? Okay, Litecoin, XRP, XLM, XDC, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Why am I typing this? You already know. Yeah, I already know. I want to see. I'm trying to get the gauge of the community, man. I'm trying to see what you guys are really into. Let me ask you this question. Is anybody fucking buying? How about this? Is anybody buying? Are we buying today or no? Are we buying today or no? We got one person saying that they're buying. DCA. We got another person saying we're going lower. Fuck no. I'm not getting screwed by the banks. I bought yesterday and today. Ethereum, Solana, Link. That's a good job right there. Hell no, my shorts are still ripping. That's funny. That's funny. Waiting for it to go lower. So we got a lot of people that are actually sitting back and waiting for it to go lower. People are waiting for the markets to go lower. Okay. Listen, play this game however you want to play it, man. As long as you've done your research and you feel confident, go for it, man. I hope you win. I hope you really win big. I hope you do a phenomenal job. For me personally, I'm buying and just sitting back and just waiting. It could take it 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck. You know me, brother. We go back to 2020. We did Big Shiba Space on X. Of course, man. I was the first to do like one of those Big Shiba Spaces. 11,000 people. What was it? 11,000 people? Or was it 33,000 people? You already know. Solana phone is sick. Relax, man. Solana phone. What the fuck are you talking about? Isn't the Solana phone dead? Didn't they discontinue the Solana phone? Didn't they discontinued the Solana phone? By the way, all the leaders of the world are meeting up today in Davos. A lot of them don't want to speak to Trump. Trump don't want to speak to anybody. The United States of America is out there proud with their chests out. Yo, I swear to God, I am very confident in this administration. I'm very confident in this administration. Very, very confident. And I know, I get it. I got a lot of, Democrats here. I get it. I understand you. Got a lot of Democrats. Well, we got DRB. DRB, man, doing well. My boy Sakasa's in it. He loves it. MJ Lee, he's in it. M. Lee, excuse me. M. Lee Jr.'s in it. He's driving around in the Tesla. Shout out to Tesla. I am telling you right now, I agree with you. Jay, I agree with you. I think within the next few weeks, Trump gets Greenland. Within the next few weeks, Trump gets Greenland. 100%. By the way, Vanguard went ahead and bought strategy stock. There you go. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, we are doing better. We are doing better as a country. We are doing better as a country. Our economy is way better. Things have gone down. Gas prices, egg prices, milk price, everything's down. Like Trump is out here trying to make healthcare better and all this shit, and people still hate it. People still hate it. I don't understand. I don't get it. How can you hate Donald Trump? How can you hate him? Do you know why? I'm going to tell you why. It's mainstream media. Mainstream media is the cause for all this bullshit. It really is. It's the cause for everything. Mainstream media, the way they report, man, like they really, all they do is report on, and because most of it is owned by liberals, they just report on all the bad things and they put out narratives that make Trump look bad. But like, if you were a normal person and you saw everything that's happening or everything that has happened in the last year, you'd be like, what the fuck are they talking about? What are they talking about? Crazy. If you live in the United States of America, why wouldn't you be happy? Why would you not be happy about everything that's happening? You should be thrilled. Should be jumping up and down like, holy shit. You know what's mind blowing to me? You know, with crypto, I get why people are frustrated. Some people might be frustrated because, bottom line, we have so much good news. The news is great. We have great fucking news. Everything crypto related is great. There hasn't really been bad news, except let's say you want to talk about the Clarity Act. Okay, obviously I don't want them to pass the Clarity Act. If the Clarity Act is not what it was, if they've made, like when I was on here with Charles was on the show, if they've made 120 plus amendments to the goddamn bill, fuck that. I don't want it to pass. I do not want the Clarity Act to pass. In its current state right now, the way it is, I don't want it to pass. And if the Democrats are delaying it, good. I don't want this shit to pass. All it is, it's helping the banks. That's it. That is it. It is being set up to help the banks. It's not being set up to help retail. It's being set up to help the banking industry. That's it. You know, somebody just said this from TikTok. They said there's not much interest in crypto right now. And I'm paraphrasing, but let me explain why there is an interest. We don't have a catalyst yet. There is no catalyst in crypto yet. We're waiting for that catalyst to pop everything off. I mean, Bitcoin's gonna run regardless. The bigs are gonna run. I believe Ethereum is gonna run. Solana's gonna run. But like the rest of the altcoin market, and then even you can bring in the memes, the real memes, not the shit that you see out here. We don't have a real catalyst. You know, like think about it, 2021. And by the way, there are people saying that we're never going to see retail really run shit again. We will. It's just like, yeah, it's going to be a different game, but we will participate. Again, like this is your chance right now today to front run banks. Like if you take it seriously, you can front run the banks and you're participating, right? But if you're going to sit on the sidelines, you're going to be scared. And to me, if like you're scared right now on red days, that means that you have absolutely no belief in crypto. That's all that means to me. Like right now, you have absolutely no belief in crypto. You don't believe in this shit. If you're scared right now, you don't believe. You absolutely 100% do not believe in crypto. So that's a you problem. But we do need a catalyst. We need like a roaring kitty. We need that Wall Street bets. We do. We do. 100%. But it starts with the people, man. At the end of the day, it starts with the people. Anyway, it's 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna bring on. We have somebody backstage. I don't know if they're giving him water or anything, or if there's any M&Ms in the back. I don't know if anybody actually went out and got anything for our guests here, but we'll be right back right after this commercial break. We'll go ahead and chop it up about Bitcoin and a bunch of other stuff. And this commercial break is sponsored by Gemini. Go to gemini.com/David G to find out more about Gemini's lineup of credit cards. We'll be back in 20 seconds. We're back. I wish I can connect. I hate the fact that we cannot connect TikTok with Restream. This sucks. This really sucks. Anyway, let's bring Alex right in. Alex, how's it going? What's going on, man?
Doing great. How are you doing? Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I'm doing great. Markets are not affecting me. How are you feeling about the markets right now?
I mean, like you, I've been in crypto and been, held Bitcoin for quite a while. And so up, it goes down. Ultimately, I'm a long-term believer. So I sleep just as well at night these days as I have any other time.
Are you trading or are you just spot DCA and forget about it?
Yeah, I'm not very sophisticated, so it's more the latter, to be quite honest. I have convictions. I make bets on those convictions and let them ride. There's certainly way better traders than me, but I'm here for the long haul.
Tell me more about Project 11.
Yeah, so very high level. Project 11 is all about the confluence of two trends. Like one is the growing adoption of Bitcoin and other blockchain-based technologies like stablecoins, and the kind of the increasing, the way in which that's increasingly eating finance, right, and replacing finance from the ground up. And the second trend is quantum computing. So quantum computing in the last couple of years has advanced rapidly and ultimately unlocks a whole bunch of things for humanity that we should be really excited about. But one near-term implication is that it breaks the cryptography that currently is used in Bitcoin and other digital asset networks to confer ownership. So the only way that I own a Bitcoin effectively is if I can produce the signature and from the private key that only I know. And so Project 11 is basically a company that was started to deal with the interference of these two things, the intersection of these two things, securing digital asset networks and building digital asset rails for the future.
People say I had a few people on Bitcoiners and they say it's just a marketing ploy. How do you feel about them saying that in terms of quantum computing?
I mean, there's certainly a lot of,
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's a bunch of companies, and, that have stocks, and I think there's a bunch of folks that are incentivized to use the fact that quantum computing is advancing for their marketing purposes. But I would just, I've been a Bitcoin holder since I was working in Syria in 2015 with Syrian refugees and, folks who were in the civil war at the time. And, for me, the resiliency and the decentralization of a network like Bitcoin is the most important aspect of it. And I think even if there's a 1% chance that folks are wrong about, if someone is wrong about whether quantum is coming soon or not soon, I think we should be conservative. I mean, I think this is very consistent with Bitcoin's development philosophy. It's like being conservative and addressing the threat that might exist, even though it may not for 50 years, but it might in 5. To me, that's very consistent with just good, development and security practices. And there's no reason why, why not to effectively, given that we know, one thing that we know is that quantum computers will break Bitcoin when they arrive. I think there's a lot of uncertainty when they arrive, but you can find just as many people who say that it's a marketing ploy, it's far away, as you can find quantum physicists who are like, hey, this might not be far away. So I think that's a reason to pay attention.
Give or take. So let's go with you here, and not what a few people have said who have come onto my show, because I've asked that question. How far or how many years away are we from seeing quantum computing come into the picture, into crypto especially, and actually cause havoc?
I think it's within the next 5 years that crypto needs to make this adjustment or start adopting these changes. And I say that for a couple of reasons. One is quantum computing really is advancing faster, like quantum error correction, which is kind of the fundamental thing that quantum computers need to get better at to be scalable. Multiple breakthroughs in the past year kind of indicate that we're on a trend line that's just going up and up and maybe exponential. So just the technology is one. Potentially even more importantly, though, is regulation. The government, if you actually look at the market structure bill that was recently being debated in Congress, there's actually a section that says, hey, we want to encourage all participants, current issuers of digital assets or whatever it may be, to adopt post-quantum cryptography in line with the guidance that the rest of the US government has given, that everything needs to be, all critical systems need to be future-proofed and quantum-proofed by 2030. So I think for a variety of reasons, both regulatory, the technology, just security, people are going to start paying attention to this within the next 5 years. And I think the last thing that I would mention is the reason why I think we should assume this might be sooner rather than later is, you think about the value of a quantum computer, potentially to gather intelligence from foreign adversaries, potentially to harvest lost crypto. The person that has it really has no incentive to let people know that they have it. And so I think very likely what may happen here is this thing happens a year after or a year before anyone really knows. And that's, again, going back to my original statement, this is just one more reason we need to be conservative and plan for this now, especially in light of how hard it's going to be to transition a network like Bitcoin.
Do you think somebody already has it? Let's say, example, government.
I don't think someone has it. I don't believe that. I think if they did, they would. I think my understanding of the science is that we're not quite there yet, and I think if they did, there would start to become some signs that we would maybe suspect. I mean, honestly, Satoshi's coins moving might very well be a signal that something like this has happened, or unexplained, transactions that people report. So I don't think anyone has it yet, but I don't think we can discount that they won't in the next 3 to 5 years.
Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 651, joined by Alex, Project 11. What made you sit back? I want to get this. You sat back one day, and what made you decide to go this route?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got into this working with people who desperately needed a technology like this when they fled the Syrian civil war. Their assets were all frozen, or they'd lost them in the course of that conflict, or having to cross a border. And they went from being well off to living on nothing, living hand to mouth. To me, that just convinced me that something like Bitcoin needs to exist. And I believe very deeply in Bitcoin and its fundamental principles. And so in many ways, I think what I'm doing is like consistent with being the longest that you could possibly be this asset class, right? Because I believe that it needs to stand the test of time, not 5 or 10 years, but 100 years. And if you look at a 100-year timeline, this is the single most important technological change that we could make, or this, like technical change that you could make. I've always been fascinated in cryptography. And so post-quantum cryptography is a new up and coming field that has many implications for digital asset networks like Bitcoin. The signatures are bigger, they're more complicated. So that's always fascinated me. And also I guess maybe the last point is, quantum physics is, it's always using the example of things that are so complex, just forget about trying to understand it. But there is a lot of potential to apply quantum mechanical properties to something like a digital asset network. Take, for example, the ability to share 2 keys from two different physically separated parties without having to communicate over a network. Quantum mechanics lets you do that. So there's like a million really cool things that I think sound very futuristic, but might be reality in the coming decades because of quantum mechanics and quantum computing. So all those things were what got me into this.
Alex, if quantum cracked today, what would the average Bitcoin holder need to do?
First and foremost, the average Bitcoin holder, so wallet hygiene. First rule, most important rule: don't spend from the same public key twice, right? So most wallets today, if you're using a modern wallet, it automatically enforces this for you. The change address, which is like you send Bitcoin to someone, and then the change goes to a new UTXO that you still control but hasn't been signed from yet. So use a modern wallet, follow good wallet hygiene. Don't sign twice from the same public key. That's the first and most important thing. The second thing is, I think, just have an opinion. The impact of fixing something like Bitcoin for the quantum future is going to be significant. For example, what do you do with Satoshi's keys? Do you freeze them? Do you let the quantum computer take them? Do you redistribute the assets underneath that are secured by them to miners, or do some other thing? There's really only three options, and I think it's going to be very controversial. Bitcoin's survival depends on discussion first and foremost that accounts for the whole community, and then also consensus around what the future should look like. And I think people just ignoring this until it's a problem, like I say, which very well could be after a quantum computer is invented, is inviting a fork, and a fork that could be very damaging to Bitcoin's ultimate value proposition. So those are what I think Bitcoin holders today should do.
I'm thinking now, as you're saying Satoshi's wallets, what are the chances of that being cracked?
I mean, I think I've compared to the other Bitcoin that are out there, I think it's pretty high. Why do I say that? Satoshi is believed by many people to be dead or gone or whatever. And so these assets are considered lost. So if you imagine you have a quantum computer, let's say a US based quantum computing company has a quantum computer. They might look at this and say, well, this isn't stealing. This is like salvage, right? That's very different than something like, going after a hot wallet for an exchange would very likely invite legal trouble. But it's not clear that like who's going to go after you if you're taking Satoshi's coins. Also, the fact that if you look at the total amount of Satoshi's coins that are exposed, and by the way, we track all this. If you go to project11.com, we have a link called the risk list. It goes through every asset that's exposed. You can check your own address and see if you're on there, etc. But anyway, if you look at the total amount of value that's exposed and like just in raw dollars, this is 9 figures worth of or 12 figures worth of potentially value there that someone could get. Think about a publicly traded quantum company. What a great story to tell during a quarterly shareholder call. Like, hey, we have $100 billion of revenue that we could potentially generate by virtue of our special technology. I think for that reason, I think Satoshi coins are very salient, more than any other digital asset network, which doesn't, no other cryptocurrency has this thing where like the founder accumulated a bunch of money and then disappeared, leaving the money on chain. Like this is very unique to Bitcoin. And for that reason, I think it's a reason why a lot of folks developing these technologies, quantum specifically, are going to look at this as potential honeypot.
If people want to find you, Alex, where can the audience here go? Because I'm getting hit with so many questions. I can't ask all of them right now, guys. But where can they go ahead and find you, Alex?
Well, first off, David, thanks for having me on. I hope you come back someday, and maybe we can tackle a few more of those questions that are.
I'd love to bring you onto the podcast one-on-one to talk about the subject. To me, it's like this subject. Sailor was on here, Arthur Hay a bunch, and like we were discussing this. To me, it's like it really is important. We just can't just brush it aside and say whatever. Like all I get is right now when I go into like some of these Bitcoin maxi rooms, it's like whatever. We'll find an upgrade. And I'm like, that's it? Like, who's finding the upgrade exactly? Yeah. Like, what are we doing to make sure, like, all of our stuff is really secure?
Totally. And look at Taproot. Taproot, everyone agreed it was a great idea. People talked about it for almost a decade. And it took 4 years to actually implement, right? We may not have that kind of time, but this is also going to be an even deeper change than Taproot was. And so for that reason, we need to be proactive. It's not if, but when. People can find me, to answer your question here as we close. I'm at apruden08 on X. You can find me there. As you probably imagine, I post about this topic a lot. Also, you can go to project11.com. I've authored a bunch of blog posts on this, and my team generally, we do a lot of thinking about this. You can find a bunch of content there, including the risk list that I talked about earlier, where you can look for specific addresses or see which Satoshi keys have the most value, etc. So those are the two best places to find me.
And before you go, with AI advancing, and because it seems like it's advancing every single day. You say 5 years. I feel like it can be in 3 4 years. I mean, like
Yeah,
cut it by a year. I mean, with the way things are going now, so like it is kind of scary when, and especially when nobody. I don't want to say nobody, but most people don't really take it seriously.
that's right. And I think if you think about, I mean, first off, the uncertainty as to when it could happen. Second off, how hard the problem will be to fix. If you really think about it, it's kind of already the 11th hour. We need to start now. And with AI, I mean, AI is a good example of a breakthrough technology that everyone discounted. Like, oh yeah, it's kind of fine. You can optimize the search algorithm. What else can it really do? And then suddenly ChatGPT, we're in a world where now these things are solving complicated problems. And very soon they could be solving quantum physics problems, right? And no one saw that coming. I think it's going to be the same here. When this happens, people are not going to see it coming. All the people that are like, oh, it's 100 years away are going to look really stupid when suddenly it's real. Now, it's a question is when that exact moment will be, but it's certainly not going to be a path like this. It's going to be this. So exciting and maybe scary, but I would say more exciting times.
You're excited because you have the solution. You're sitting there like I can fix this.
Yeah,
I like that.
we're here to help create solutions for. I mean, it's not just Bitcoin; it's the whole digital asset industry has to.
Yeah. Um, I know I was going to let you go, but one more. Have protocols contacted you and said, "Hey, we let's work together. Let's maybe look at this and find a solution." Has anybody like reached out? You don't
Yeah,
have to name the names, but like predominant figures, have notable
yeah.
figures reached out and said, "Hey, let's have a chat because this is important."
Great question, and it's a good opportunity for me to talk about some of the work we've done outside of Bitcoin. So Solana, actually, we announced a post quantum testnet for them. That so it was a grant we received from the foundation. We did that work, created a post quantum testnet to kind of show what the impact would be on their network. So we've done work with them. We're working with the Lean PQ folks on the Ethereum Foundation side, and we're in several other, we're in conversations with several other folks that I can't really disclose on the show here.
Yeah.
But in general, once people kind of like our conversation, like once you sort of think about this, you're like, oh, holy crap, that we have to start doing something. And so, we definitely have no shortage of work on our hands, and there's definitely no shortage of interest in people wanting to at least explore what the impact will be on their ecosystems. And this is, we just raised $20 million as part of a Series A. That's part of the reason, is because people are waking up to this fact. They're realizing that this $3 or $4 trillion digital asset space is zero if we don't solve this problem. And so we put ourselves at the epicenter of that. And we're excited to contribute to all these networks and hopefully future-proof them in, for the next decade and century or millennium.
Thank you for staying overtime, because at the end you said a few things, and I was like, man, this subject really it's exciting, but it's scary. It's scary. It really is. Imagine your entire I've been here for a long time. You've been accumulating and saving and putting stuff away, and all of a sudden, God forbid, things come out and say that, hey, people can break into your wallet, and
yeah,
and now you're, excuse my language, but now you're fucked. So,
yeah.
But I appreciate you for coming on, and hopefully, me and you can chop it up and have you on the podcast one-on-one, where we have more time to go ahead and just throw questions at you and pick your brain on a few other things.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time, David. I'd love to join anytime. You just let me know when.
That is Alex from Project 11. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Yeah, this subject makes me think, man, all the time. All the time. I swear to God. You imagine you do all this. Imagine we do all this stuff and like they break into our wallets. By the way, the TikTok chat. I'm telling you, TikTok. I love TikTok. They loved Alex, by the way. I'll bring Alex back on, I promise. But I gotta bring Alex on my podcast. I gotta do the one-on-one with him. I gotta do the one-on-one. This is very important to me because I sat. I sat with a bunch of. I sit. Goes, doesn't matter. I've sat with people who just said, yeah, we'll fix it. We'll just fix it. When the time comes, we'll fix it. No! Like Alex said, what are we waiting until the 11th hour? Unreal. Unreal. I got to give a shout out to I got to give a shout out to my god, am I going to miss I hope I'm going to say her name right. Aline and Aubrey for bringing Alex on, by the way. Shout out to them. Man, now I'm thinking about this shit. Now I'm literally sitting here and thinking. I got to tell you, we do not. This space. I don't want to say everybody, but like for the most part, people don't take it seriously. The devs, entrepreneurs, innovators, they take shit like this seriously. I forgot who the guest was that we had on here, but they said like I don't really take it. We'll be fine. I don't really take it seriously. I do. I do. Technology is moving at a fast pace. I do. I take it seriously. I take it seriously. No. Anyway, well, I'll get back to your questions. All right, you guys can ask me questions about the interview. I'll go ahead and try to break it down. We'll be right back after this commercial break. 30 seconds, I promise. Welcome back to the breakdown, episode 651, sponsored by Gemini. All right, and hopefully there's more announcements coming. Oh my god, what the fuck? You know what? I'm taking off my tie today. I don't know what's going on with my tie. I don't know what's going. Oh my god, I look like fucking. Hold on, let me fix that, man. Something's wrong with my goddamn tie today, man. Anyway, we're getting I'm getting a lot of feedback and DMs and questions about Alex's appearance, and I will work on having Alex come on to the podcast. Like I said, to me, that's been one of the most interesting topics for me personally. I've started talking about it, or I've started questioning quantum about, I would say, a year and a half ago. That's when I kind of like, I started asking questions to Charles and a lot of smart people within the industry. And some people say, "Don't worry, it's fine," and others are like, "You should be worried, and we need to start working now." So, bringing Alex on the show from Project 11 and sitting down and chopping it up, whether it's an hour or 4 hours, I think it would bring great value to this entire space. So shout out to Alex for coming on. By the way, as soon as it comes on, my whole screen goes black. Okay, all my monitors go black, and I'm just like, okay, as a true professional, I got to troop this out. As a true professional has to troop this out. I tell you all, like, you guys don't believe me. I bring on interesting guests. I bring on some I think I do. And AI is going, by the way, AI is going crazy. Like, right now it's AI, then AGI, and like all this stuff, it's flying, man. It is flying. It's 100% flying. You should be. I don't understand people. Like, here's my thing. You might not like AI, but like, you need to start learning the motherfucker. You really need to start learning. Really, really need to start learning and getting familiar with it. You really do. That's scary, though. One day you wake up. I don't know, man. I have a feeling somewhere. Well, if they did have quantum computing out, they would have already tried to attack crypto. 100%. If quantum computing was out, they would definitely go after crypto. There's no doubt about it. Like, think about that for a second. If somebody had quantum computing, they would be out. They will be out and ready. Attacking. Yeah, Google has something, but it doesn't work. Somebody's going to come out with this. 5 years. I mean, Alex said 5 years. I don't know. To me, it's like the way. Look at AI, guys. We got to look at AI, right? When AI came out, it was like, whatever. When ChatGPT came out, essentially. Even though AI has been out for the longest time, but when ChatGPT came out, everybody's like, whatever, right? It grew fast. It really fucking grew fast if you think about it. It really grew fast. And now you have Claude, now you have Grok, you have everybody. I mean, Google Gemini. These things are like, and then you have other AI agents out there, man. It is growing. And it's growing fast. It's not even taking a break. Yo, I'm telling you, man, the Terminator and iRobot, they were documentaries, man. And Elon, shout out to Elon. I love Elon. No Diddy. But I'm just saying, We're talking about robots, and people who have seen the robots have said that these robots are on a different level. Optimus is on a different level, man. Like, have we not seen the movie I, Robot? Have we not seen it? Yes. Yes, chat. I get it. I understand. ChatGPT is just an upgraded version of Clippy. I get it. But 8 out of 10 people have made ChatGPT or AI their personality. They've really have made the AI their personalities now. Like, anybody has friends, you know them friends. You know damn well how they write, and all of a sudden, like 6 months later, they sound like they're a professor at MIT. Anybody have those type of friends? Use AI as an assistant. Don't make it your personality. That's what I keep saying, man. Don't make it your personality. Do not make it your personality. Anyway, it is 149 or 140. Yo, this fucking screen. I gotta get the new screen. I don't know what happened. It is 148. By the way, the Giants finally have a real head coach. That's right. The Giants have a real head coach. He was introduced today. We might win another game. We might, instead of going like 4-13 or whatever the fucking record was, maybe we'll win another game. I don't know, but good. I can't believe the Bills fired. I can't believe the Bills got rid of Sean. That is crazy. That is crazy. Crazy work, man. Crazy work, man. Patriots are doing good. Patriots are doing good. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised. Patriots are doing good. Listen, maybe the Giants do what the Patriots did. The Patriots sucked in May's rookie year, and look at him now. And look, Dart was good. Dart was fucking good. Jackson Dart was good. Now imagine with real coaching and players that actually give 100%. Imagine what happens. Discipline and accountability. Imagine what happens. You never know. You just don't know. You don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning into the breakdown. I will leave you with the quote of the day. Somebody asked me, David, when are you going back on live streams? Just live streaming on TikTok. I'm coming back this week, okay? I'm coming back to TikTok this week. Live streaming from the TikTok studio. That's right. I am making my return in 2026 to the TikTok studio. That's right. So we're going to have a good old time. That's right. I'm going to be pissing people off. I'm going to be talking about crypto. We'll talk about everything. We're going to talk about your mama's favorite dish. I know. You guys miss me. I know. You miss me. I know. And you guys are waiting for me to do the renegade dance. You're ready for me to do the latest TikTok trending dance. And all the moderators, they're getting ready. They're gonna have emergency meetings now. All the moderators are gonna get into emergency meetings right now. They're like, oh my God, DG's coming back to TikTok. They'll, oh my God, he's back. This guy from New York. Oh my goodness gracious, he's back. Let's go to the quote of the day. Let's go to the quote of the day. Let's go to the quote. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. Friendly reminder that the life you want will cost the life you have. You can't wish for growth and not accept change. You can't ask for progress and not expect pain. You can't desire success and not expect sacrifice. So when the weight feels heavy and the sacrifices stack up, just realize this isn't punishment, it's the price. And on that note, my editor says that he likes me without the tie. Hopefully he added no Diddy to the end of that comment. I like the ties. I like having a tie on just as much as I love having a suit on. We will be back tomorrow. We have a special guest that all you guys on TikTok especially know. So we'll dive into XRP. Since you guys have requested for XRP, we will dive into XRP. Okay. We'll talk about XRP. Shout out to everybody doing big things. Shout out to everybody who's working out. Shout out to everybody who runs. I can't feel my legs this week. I cannot feel my legs this week. Be good and don't let the markets affect you. If you believe in crypto, if you really do believe in crypto, you know what time it is. If you have powder on the side right now, and I'm not talking about that kind of powder, okay? I'm talking about money. If you have money on the side right now, this is your opportunity to just DCA good items like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Collect, and front run the banks. That's it. Front run the banks. That's your mindset. That should be your mindset. And follow people with good value. That's it. And be good to people because it costs you nothing to be nice. It costs you nothing to be nice. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. And this show was brought to you by Gemini, episode 651, sponsored by Gemini. Go to gemini.com/David G for more on Gemini's credit cards issued by WebBank. We'll be back with episode 652 tomorrow. Special guest, tune in. Especially for all you XRP lovers, tune in to episode 652.